Hey Don, why'd you rob Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali like Barack Obama robbed us?
Because I love them. I love them, and I thought it was just so nice that they would give me an opportunity for me to make them rich so that I could rob them, because they were poor when they came to me and there was nothing to rob.
Just imagine a simple man robbed two of the greatest boxers in the history of the sport. In the world of boxing, few names shine as brightly as Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. Champions, icons, legends. But behind the glitz and glory, there was a shadow. A man who promised them the world, but delivered betrayal. This is the story of how Don King, one of the most notorious figures in sports history, robbed two of boxing's greatest icons. A genius promoter or a master manipulator? Let's uncover how Don King rose to power and betrayed the very athletes who made him. Today, Don King is 93 years old, but Don King wasn't born into the world of boxing. He started on the streets of Cleveland, Ohio. King was a numbers runner, a hustler in the gambling underworld. In 1954, he shot and killed a man, but managed to walk away with a reduced sentence. Later, in 1966, he stomped a man to death over a $600 debt and served nearly 4 years in prison. He spent those 4 years in prison, a period that would mark a turning point in his life. Emerging from incarceration, King sought a new beginning. He saw potential in the world of boxing, a sport he had no prior experience with. His larger-than-life personality and natural flair for promotion quickly set him apart. Don King's big break came with the rumble in the jungle. King convinced the government of Zaire to put up $10 million for the fight. It was an audacious move, and it worked. The fight made Ali and Foreman global icons and put Don King on the map as a super promoter. Muhammad Ali trusted Don King. At first, it seemed like a partnership made in heaven. Both became very good friends, and everything seemed perfect from both sides. King's flamboyance matched Ali's charisma. Ali had a soft corner for him and even saw Don as a family member. But behind the scenes, King was quietly exploiting him. King had a talent for creating convoluted contracts that left fighters at his mercy. In the 1970s, Muhammad Ali signed a deal with King for the iconic Thrilla in Manila, a fight against Joe Frazier. Ali earned $6 million, but he later discovered that King had skimmed off a substantial portion of his earnings through various hidden fees and deductions. Don King's contracts were a labyrinth, experts have said. Ali trusted him, but King was taking advantage of him at every turn. But this shocking betrayal didn't stop there. In 1980, after Ali's devastating loss to Larry Holmes, King reportedly underpaid Ali for the fight. To make matters worse, King convinced a financially struggling Ali to sign over lucrative future rights for pennies on the dollar. This caused Ali immense financial hardship in the years to come. And that's how Don King robbed Muhammad Ali. But Don King wasn't done. After exploiting Muhammad Ali, he set his sights on another star, the young and explosive Mike Tyson. In the 1980s, boxing found a new king. Young Tyson was an unstoppable force. Under the mentorship of Cus D'Amato, Tyson quickly rose to fame as the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old. At the beginning of his career, Tyson's finances and contracts were meticulously handled by Bill Caton and Jim Jacobs, two seasoned and trustworthy managers. But in 1988, after Jacobs' tragic passing, Don King swooped in. King charmed Tyson with promises of untold riches and independence. But in reality, King was laying the groundwork for one of the most notorious exploitations in sports history. At first, much like the case with Muhammad Ali, the partnership seemed fruitful. Tyson was earning millions and dominating the boxing world. However, behind the scenes, Don King was quietly siphoning millions from Tyson's earnings. King charged Tyson exorbitant management fees, often without clear justification. He also orchestrated deals that funneled millions of dollars to King's family and associates. Tyson's finances became a labyrinth of hidden fees, suspicious transactions, and unexplained expenses. One infamous example involved Tyson's training camp expenses. which included a staggering $2 million in mysterious charges. To add insult to injury, these charges were barely explained and often traced back to companies or individuals linked to King. By 1998, Tyson had enough.
Don King, who's just a wretched, slimy, reptilian motherfucker, right? This is supposed to be my brother, my black brother, right? He's just a bad man. He's a real bad man. He abused you, and he would throw you. He would kill his mother for $1. He's ruthless. He's deplorable. He doesn't know how to love anybody. That's just the way
He filed a $100 million lawsuit against Don King, accusing him of fraud and theft. In his claim, Tyson detailed how King had systematically drained his earnings over the years. The case, however, never went to trial, as it was settled out of court for $14 million. While the settlement may have closed a legal chapter, Tyson's financial losses were far greater, estimated to be in the tens of millions. Despite the numerous lawsuits, allegations, and testimonies from fighters like Ali and Tyson, Don King has never faced criminal charges for his dealings. His reputation remains polarizing. On one hand, celebrated for his genius as a promoter and for elevating boxing to new heights. On the other, reviled for his exploitation of the very fighters who made him rich. Ali and Tyson both left indelible marks on the history of boxing. They became icons not just for their victories in the ring, but for their larger-than-life personas. Yet, their legacies were also tarnished by betrayal. For them, Don King wasn't just a promoter, he was a painful lesson, a cautionary tale for every athlete who trusted the wrong people. The story of Don King is a powerful reminder of the darker side of sports. Behind the fame, fortune, and roaring crowds, there are often shadows of greed, manipulation, and exploitation. Though Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson were robbed of their hard-earned wealth, their greatness, their enduring legacies can never be stolen. Dedicated to the fighters who gave everything and the lessons their stories teach us.